Good morning, comrades. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Nürburgring for now, because we'll be going on a trip. Now, good morning in traditional sense, because weather-wise, flexing with the panorama window on the Polestar 1, it's a bad morning. I also slept only for 4 hours, but don't worry, it's been a short night and a very long time. So I'm doing perfectly fine, and I'm very excited to be doing the things that we'll be doing today. But first of all, important disclaimer, this video is going to be members only for now. Maybe later on I decide to unveil it to the rest of the public, but it will be like only probably in a month's time or so. So please keep this information to yourself. We can talk about it in the comments, or maybe also in other videos where we'll use some code words that I will introduce later in this video. But what we will be doing today, first I'll be driving to Pancake. Pancake is my new dog, Australian Shepherd, that I bought I think 2 days ago, because I decided to bite the bullet and go ahead with it. I'll probably tell you more about it later on, because I want to keep this introduction short. And later on we'll be driving on to see my mystery car that I've been always talking about, etc., but not unveiling. So walking you through the process. But for now, let's go see Pancake. I'm very excited. The car is already running, so that's the downside of a hybrid. You kind of forget that it's like running and we can already start driving. But of course, first we need to buckle ourselves off, so we're gonna do that. Off we go. Woo! And here we are. Let's say hello to Pancake. I think we're going to be a great team together. Yes. What a sweet thing. I cannot wait to take her home, to pick her up on the 25th of May. Yeah, and now we will continue our journey to Poland to check out my car. I forgot, did I already mention it in the intro that we're going to check out my new car? Because I'm completely overwhelmed by by Pancake. But first, food chat. Yeah, not Pancake, but McChicken. Yeah, because we need to be quick. We need to be quick. You can be the camera guy then.
Right. Just tell me what, where, how, or how. So we are going, and I'm cameraman over here. Right.
Turn in. Oh, we can just turn around there.
I feel like in the rally car, because the sound, the exhaust smell, and the dusty wind. So like in a rally stage. Test drive. Putefa. Remember, engine is still cold. Don't rev it too high.
You're like my driving instructor, huh?
Right. I care about your car, you know, about your engine and everything. Works quite well.
Yeah. For an old shitbox.
Yeah, it looks like this car looks like if you just found it in the barn, right? Dusted, that was 20 years or even more in the barn, like a barn find, and the first drive. Turns like the proper M car.
Well, better than 635M, like the one before this.
Yeah.
Because that was a complete bust. Yeah.
Suspension comparing to the modern M cars and modern M5 is much more comfortable. Even you feel that it's not fresh, but it's still okay, still good.
Yeah, it's firm.
And, yeah,
I think it's actually for the Nürburgring will be good, because it's firm but soft.
Yeah, it's soft. I mean, ride quality is better than new, modern from the showroom. Yeah. Believe me, of course I drove it. Same with the E63, and I was complaining about that the suspension is too much firm, right?
Yeah.
It's not comfortable. And yet it's not a sport car that you can drive it on the track regularly. So it's pointless. And this one is, yeah, comfortable, but yet still firm. You can feel that it has firm.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised. I'm really, in positive way, surprised that
it's not bad. It's not horrible.
No,
nothing.
All
the small things will be like easily fixable.
Nothing at all. But you can feel that the tires are. I mean, wheels you need to rebalance, right?
Yeah.
And stuff like that, but. We could easily just take this car and drive back to Germany. Yeah. You could do that.
Should we leave it running in case it doesn't start?
Leave it running.
Alright.
Repair stuff.
Let's have a look at it. So, good morning, comrades. Again, probably because I forgot what I've been saying, but this is... Doesn't go close because Old car, need to be more gentle. This is a very dusty BMW E34 M5. First and foremost, massive shout out to Lucas, who you already know from the GTR, the CSL 1M that we drove, and that I told at the end of last year that we kind of were importing from Russia into Poland.
I'm leaving the gap because of the stone.
Yeah.
The stone rocks.
Makes sense.
And now he's feeling, I'm faster than him.
And now this car, which is like the main, but first, massive thank you, Lucas, for helping me out with
Anytime.
everything.
Anytime. It's a pleasure.
I'm looking forward to meeting you in 2 weeks at the Nürburgring. We're gonna go to Lidl. That's your favorite place, right? Lidl
Right.
and Adenau.
Right,
And
right.
buy some good fun. But anyhow, about the car. Welcome. This is the mystery car that I've been talking about. I ended up buying a BMW E34 M5, something that I was hinting at, saying that this is a very special car, and I was kind of browsing, looking, and eventually I found a car all the way middle in Russia, far away in Russia, near Orenburg, which is like almost like down, it's like 5,000 kilometers, I said already in one of the previous videos. And here it is. It has quite some story history. Of course, it was built in Germany. Actually, the car was first purchased in Poland, where we are right now, and then it had an engine swap, because originally it's a 3.6. It was swapped to a 3.8, and then it went to Russia, to some guys who were like busy in the oil industry in Siberia, and from there the guy that I bought it from bought it and took it with him. Now, why is this currently in Poland? Well, the car is from Russia, obviously, because I got a very, very, very good deal on that car. Like, if you know the market value, the E34 M5s are currently a lot more expensive than any other M5, except for E21, because which one was the before? E28.
Yeah.
That one, E28 is more expensive, then followed by this, and after that E39, E60 is completely dropped because nobody wants the SMG V10 troubles. Then of course more recent models are more expensive, but anyhow, the market has gone crazy for this, and this was a very appropriate deal. That's why I went through the trouble. Now, the issue with this car being in Russia, some cheap-ass Russians previously, to avoid taxes, they put the engine in the papers like a 2.5 liter 170 horsepower, whereas inside is 3.8 340 horsepower. Now, if I would put it to Germany, or the German TÜV guy would be like, oh my god, no, this car is stolen, oh no, was ist das? So it would have been taking probably 2 years, lots of stress, and like, luckily in Poland people are a bit more easy when it comes to this. Eventually, to be honest, will cost me a lot more money, or slightly more money than going to Germany, but to avoid all the stress, we're going to register the car properly in European Union, and then eventually we'll end up in Germany. So this is why it's currently here. It's also, as you can see, very dusty, because as mentioned, barn finds are very important, very good. It's
very expensive.
Very expensive. But yeah, what else should I say about it? Let's have a closer look, I would say, at the car, what we are currently working with. So underneath the hood, as I mentioned, there is a 3.8 6-cylinder straight 6. Doesn't have any safety. No, you can just pop it open. Nice. Also a bit dusty, a bit rusty.
Oh, it looks really nice. For me,
it's the best looking engine. S38.
Yeah.
It is.
We were talking about that too.
S38, V38 engine, so runs good. It will get some love.
Still looks powerful. Powerful.
And sexy, especially with carbon airbox. It will look a lot better. Now the wheels, I like the design wheels. The brakes need some replacement. They need some love. Luckily, this is not an EDC model, like electronic damper control model, which you had on the Nürburgring edition and some other cars, because that's a pain in the ass to replace those. It just like doesn't go well. Now this is all fine, and then we push it forward. Ta-da! Wonderful. Now this car, as mentioned in one of the previous videos, this was the first ever car that I drove, the E34 M5. That's why I have like emotional connection to it. And growing up in the 90s in Russia, this was the car that you really wanted to have, the car that you were scared seeing on the streets because it would belong to a gangster or something. And
hold on, did you notice this?
what?
Regarding the gangsters. Yeah.
True,
proper gangster car.
This is a typical Russian thing because it's an air freshener from Context, which is a condom brand, and it's like something from the mid 2000s, etc. But this is something just like I wanted to have, and I found one, and this is why I got one. Yeah, interior wise, some spare parts. Interior is in okay condition. Leather could use some love and care, time, love and care. I don't even know if we have anything in the trunk. Probably a big subwoofer or something. No.
Maybe from the inside or the key.
I'm not gonna go with the key because the battery was dead and the starter was dead, so we're not gonna risk it turning it up, so we save the trunk for later. But yeah, this is the sneak preview to my future car. And a quick question, and to try to answer it, what is the plan with it? And to be honest, I don't know. Initially, the reason why I bought this car, because it requires, as you can see, some love, time and care, and it was really, really cheap, like in comparison to that. When I told Lucas, hey, I got this car, this is the value, he's like, fuck you, I hate you.
I would bought it.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Misha, right, for that kind of money.
Exactly. So, but it has its reasons, because it was in the middle of Russia, no one would go there, because we also had to pay quite some for the transport, etc. So
find someone, right?
Yeah, yeah. It had like it has its reasoning behind it. The thing with E34 M5s currently is that people are buying those to collect them, like or they say like, oh, 40,000 euros because it has been never driven, one careful owner. I don't need that. I don't care about that. The car needs to be driven. Eventually the car will be driven, and I want to be driving it. And the idea that I had was to build this car as an actual like ring tool. So go completely crazy. Cage, bucket seats, built engine, still the S38, naturally aspirated to 400 horsepower, maybe sequential gearbox. This was just a wild idea. But in order to do that, it would be a complete waste to overpaying for a museum condition car, something that you don't need as a track car. Now I got a bit older, only half a year, ever since I bought this car. I bought a dog. I've been driving with the E30 M3 of Robert, and thinking like, just vibing, just cruising is also kind of nice. It doesn't have to be like ridiculously fast and to go sideways. So at this point, as of this current point, I don't know what exactly I will be doing with it. Of course, I will clean it up, I will make it nice, I will rebuild the engine, but am I going to make it like a nice cruiser that people are gonna be like, oh my god? Or will it be like the sickest E34 M5 that the Nürburgring has ever seen? And both have something nice and beautiful to it, but I just don't know currently. I need to get through the whole import part, through everything, and drive it. And as you're driving the car and getting like familiar with it and used to it, then you kind of start to thinking like, okay, I'd rather do this or change that. You need to, it's like a girl, you need to understand what you want to do. Is this only going to be a one-night stand, or you want to have a wife and kids with her, right? This is how cars work.
The second thing.
Exactly. So hopefully it's going to be the second thing, obviously. Yeah, and we will see. But so far, this is the car that hopefully will come soon. The initial idea was to have it already like beginning of April in Germany, but COVID, Corona, people slow, not caring, etc. Like the governmental stuff. So, and this is something I understand, and to be honest, I don't have time for it right now. The Golf is going to be soon be ready. We have Polestar racing, so the idea would be this to be a winter car anyway. Like somewhere in the winter I will start doing something with it. But for now, yeah, a quick sneak preview. My dream car, my childhood dream car, and that's pretty much it. So as mentioned, one important thing, this I will still keep it under the radar. I will not be posting it until it really actually arrives. So at this moment, this is like the members only content. Please do not, as mentioned, do not talk about it on social media, etc., on other comments, but we can still talk about it slightly. Every car of mine has a name, like a Ring Tractor, Sub 7up. This car will be named Marta. Marta is my ex-colleague from Rimac Automobili who has helped me a lot, who guided me a lot through like professional life, career, and also pushed me to get a dog. So to kind of remind me of her and thank her, it starts with an M, it has 5 letters, M5 Marta, etc. So I asked her, like, do you mind if I name the car after you? She said, oh no, that's cute, that's awesome, that's cool. So there's nothing like awkward about it. So what I'm referring to is that in the upcoming videos, whenever you want to ask me like, hey, so how's the M5 doing? You can ask, how's Marta doing? Like, is she coming to Germany soon or something? Then I can answer, then I understand what you're talking about. And this could be our little secret member thing. And eventually, if this video gets published at, yeah, for everyone else, then it will be what it is. But there's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this very exclusive member content. Again, I cannot thank Lucas enough for helping me out with this car and also giving me amazing hospitality stay and tour through amazing city of Krakow. Never been here before, but definitely not the last time. We'll be back soon, and it will be not the car, it'll be friends and pierogi. Pierogi are very good.
Pierogi were very good yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for supporting the channel. Hope you guys yeah, like this exclusive content, and we're gonna bring it back, and hopefully the car will be arriving soon at the Nürburgring, and yeah, we'll be doing some laps with it, more than just some laps with it. Let's try to give it the rev, because now it should be warm.
All right. Go for it. Black smoke, but this is good, is better than a white one. Yeah, so,
Car is alive.
Yeah, car is alive, sounds good. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Looks good. Yeah. Proper straight 6 sound.
Yeah, straight 6 out of Compton, out of Krakow.
Yeah.
Here's a bonus.
Wysiadasz, zamykasz, mój auto się grzeje.
Misha,
Yeah.
it's supposed to like me, you know, you turning, taking the key with you, close the car and leaving, you know,
Yeah.
car is still working, waiting for you. Modern technology. Fit meal for the fit guys. Can you leave me one small piece?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
You guys want to
We
go
have
for the-
pancakes again. Some people are gonna say, no, it's crepes. Well, yeah, pancake, crepe, whatever.